I know many of you was on vacation last week, so I'd like to review that last week homily a little bit before we go into this week homily. Last week homily I talked about why do we have to obey the law. And if we read the first reading last week from Deuteronomy, they said that two reasons why we should obey the law. Number one, Moses said, so that you may live. Number two, so you may enter into the promised land. And I took that Old Testament and bring that to the New Testament fulfillment. The Old Testament of live now in the New Testament that you may have everlasting life. Not just life, but everlasting life. The Old Testament of the promised land is not just no longer just a physical piece of land with boundaries, but it's become what? What is the promised land in the New Testament? Heaven, right? And that's what I taught last week. This week, as I come back from the retreat and as I said, all this thing going on, I meditate on the theme of this. And I'm not going to tell you the theme yet, but I want you to think for a moment. Close your eyes, your ear, no, your eyes, not your ear, your eyes and your mouth, but open your ears and your heart. Think for a moment. In your life, what was the moment or moments that your mom and your dad was most pleased with you? Think about it for a moment. What the moment or moments in your life that your mom or your dad was most pleased with you? Now, I want you to think about the moment that they was most pleased with you, not the moment you was most pleased with them, because I can name that for you. When you sit in, you get a call from them, yeah, you was happy, you was pleased, you know. When they paid your bill, you was happy. When you know, no, I'm not talking about the moment you are pleased with them, the moment that they was pleased with you. And as you think about that, you will see this. It's quite obvious that most of the time, the moment that they was most pleased with you may not be the moment that you was most pleased with them. It may not be the same. And now I want you to take to the next level. I want you to think for the moment that God was most pleased with you. Now I know the moments that I'm most pleased with God is easy to find. When God give me this and that. Like today, the first reading, right? Open the net here and the dumb spits and the mutes and in the gospel today. I mean, the guy was excited. You know, at the moment, he was very happy with God, right? The speech impediment. And as I said, man, if the guy's deaf and he could barely talk, that was. Those are the moments that we are happy with God. What about the moment that God was most happy with us? Most proud of us. And let me tell you and be honest with you, I have been thinking and meditating on that for 4 or 5 days. And I couldn't find the right thing. You know, I can name a few of them, but then I said, not really. Because as I told you last week, more than 50% of the thing that I do more out of obligations. More than for the glory of God. I admitted that. So it's hard to find a moment or moments that God was very pleased with me. And I thanks to one of the kids who made a phone call to me yesterday, which said one of the days that I am just most burned out and crazy. It's a long day since 8 o'clock in the morning all the way to 9 o'clock at night. I saw a phone call coming in and I was like, Dad, don't tell me I have to visit somebody in the hospital because I don't know when I'm going to be able to get there. You know, but then I pick up the phone. Father, is it a sin? I'm like, who's that? Father, is it a sin when I do this? I said, who's that? And after he said it for the 3rd time, I recognize his voice. I recognize his voice. He's a little kid from our church. He explained to me, and I want to be grateful to him, and he's here at this Mass today, so I'm not lying. He's here at this Mass. And after 5 days of meditating, I couldn't find the moment that God was most pleased with me until that little boy called me. Because at that moment I realized the moment that God was most pleased with me was the moment that I made a good confession. Personally for me. And I use the word good confession. So I don't know if that boy really wants to identify himself. It's up to him, but you want to identify yourself? You want to raise your hand or you don't? I would allow you to do that. But I am standing here to be grateful to that little boy who made that phone call to me. Right here. Just come up here and you raise your voice. Come on. Right here. Come up here, boy. Thank you. And I'm grateful. He was the one that helped me after 4 or 5 days of meditation. Couldn't find the moments that God was most pleased with me until he called me and asked about if he did those little sins. Then, is that a sin? What do I need to do? Now, I was proud of him with that phone call, but I'm more grateful to him. Like God sending him to me. And I mean, you know, little kids don't call priests and ask those things, right? He did. God tell him, I said, Christian, give Father Martino a phone call and tell him that, yeah, the moment that I'm proud of him was the moment he was a sinner. And how to repent. Thank you, Christian. Thank you so much. But you see, those things in life, after all these days of meditating on it, I couldn't find the moment until he made that phone call to me. The phone call that I didn't want to text him. The phone call that I said, no, not today. I have a whole day schedule out. Don't tell me I need to go to the hospital. And when he called me, I said, who's it? Who's it? You know what I'm trying to say? And by the third time he talked, he told me, I recognize his voice. What the moment that God was most pleased with me? Was it the time that after I receive a blessing, I go around all the world and tell it? No. The time I recognize for myself is the time that I recognize that I am a sinner, that I go to reconciliation, that I make peace with God. And I think as parents, probably that's the time that you're most pleased with your child as well. Not because your child did that or do that for you, put on a wonderful mother, you know. Yeah, you're happy about it. But probably the time that you're most pleased was the moment that your child did something wrong and came to you with a sincere and tell you that I'm sorry and please help me to be better. Now that's for me. For you, it's maybe a different moment. But as I am thinking about it and praying over that, as I'm thinking of and praying for the church and for the leaders of the church, that's where the meditation comes from. I said, God, where was the moments that you was most pleased with the leader of the church? Help them to get back to those times. And then I think about myself. What the moment you, Martino, was pleased with, God was pleased with you. And then I'd like to share with you that as you think and pray. This way. Think about those moments. We don't just think about it so we can brag about it. We think and we recognize those moments so that you and I can get back to those moments. And do it more often so that God could be pleased with us. And if you couldn't recognize that moment, ask your spouse. Your spouse will help you. You? There's no moment that God was pleased with you. No, don't do that. Please help your spouse. He's not that bad. You know? He's bad, but not that bad. Or even children. And not just reflect on that, reflecting about the loved one, your spouse, your children around you. Think about the moment that they was very pleased with you. What the moment that I do in my life, that my husband was very proud of me. Not I am proud of them. We do that so we can get back to those moments. Yes, I understand the gospel, the readers tell us that, yeah, the Lord will heal us and, fix that, and speech impediments. And I told the Lord, that would be good if you do it for me. They brought in a speech impediment. Now, that's what you could probably name Martino. They just didn't say the name, but it could be Martino. But is that because I am happy, I'm pleased? Now, is that moment when God healed me, God fixed me, and you, is that the moment that God most pleased with us? I doubt it. Probably that's the moment that God most loves us. And I'm not talking about that in the sense that God loves us more, because God doesn't love us more or less. I'm talking about, particularly, He expresses so you and I can understand His love. That's what I mean by more, okay? That's probably the moment that He loved us in a special way so that you and I can experience that love. But is that the moment that He most pleased with us? I doubt it. Because most of us, including myself, we took it, we say, thank you, God, and we walk away just like nothing ever happened. You think He's pleased with that? No. There's a moment that His love being conveyed, but not the moment He's most pleased. The moment He's most pleased probably are the moments that we didn't want to do, but we did it anyway. Out of love, out of obligations. It's a moment that you didn't want to do for your spouse, but you did it because out of love for him or for her, Not because the moment you just, hey, thank you so much, I love you. Yeah, but those moments, yeah, they're not really pleased with you, they're just happy that you do that. So I hope you get the point of my homily, the little meditation, the little thought for good food for thoughts for the week. Think about those moments. See, I could have said that in 2 minutes, but I decided to do it in 10 minutes because I have to finish my time, But I thank you for listening to the 10 minutes instead of 2. And Christian, thank you for being part of my meditation. In a way, God sent you to my life as an angel at that moment. And I thank you for that. And I'm grateful. I'm not just sharing that to make him look good or make me look bad. Just to see how God works in our life. So my dear beloved, you want to get back to those moments, continue to make God happy by doing 2 things. Love Him and honor Him. Love Him by your word, your action, your life. Honor Him by proclaiming Him. Let the other people know that He is the God of your life. And during this time of the scandal in the church, I think it's actually even more better. It's not the time for us to shut down, but it's a time for us to rise and explain it. It's beyond that of our faith. So to get back to those moments, love and honor. I love those words. So my dear beloved, think about it. Think about those moments. It could be the time that I experience it, when I go to have a good confession. I can feel not just being lifted up, my thing, but I think God looked on me and lovingly and very pleased. He said, I love it, Martino. I love this intimate moment. That you help me. That you come and reconcile. Because you know that this is our relationship, and I talk about that all the time. Personal relationship with God. When that personal relationship with God is clear, there's nothing between, then everything runs easy. When not have a little knot or, you call that the veil that hold on, and it slow down the grace. And that's how we go to heaven, by getting back more frequent to those moments that God was most pleased with us. And until we get there, may everything we do give the glory to His name. Amen? Amen.